we have here, this is a turbo car, a Pro Mode, and this is a perfect example where we can actually show the differences.
It's cool to compare because like this is exactly what we were talking just right now. It has a turbo smart gate, right? So the bottom part of the gate, it's not much different, right? So what it changes the head, but you don't need to worry so much about heat on your lines, right? You don't need to use those stainless steel lines. Your boost controller line comes back inside the car. You have like valves inside the car. You have a CO2 bottle that you need to be, you know, on top of it, making sure that you always have CO2 on the line. Like this all can be replaced with another gate and just a small driver.
Yeah, so in a few words, when we're replacing electronic waste, regular wastegate, you get rid of all the lines. This line that always can cause you problems.
Fittings,
then
right.
also the CO2 line. On a turbo car like this, it's common to use over 100 psi of CO2 pressure. So when you have over 100 psi of CO2 pressure here, you have to be careful about the diaphragm. You have to be careful about all these connections.
Yeah, sometimes it leaks on the flange. You know, like a bolt gets loose, you know, from vibrating and stuff, and like it leaks.
Yeah, and also you don't have to use anymore the wastegate pressure sensor. You don't have to use the dual valve block or the injectors that controls the CO2. Even the CO2 bottle may not be required depending on what else you
have electric shifter, you don't need the CO2 anymore. Yeah, right.
So we're removing so much stuff. And these electronic wastegates, they pretty much, you have 6 wires. These 6 wires it's 5 volts for the sensor, ground for the sensor, a position sensor that tells exactly the position you have on the car, and a temperature sensor to monitor if the wastegate is actually overheating or any problem, because if it's connected to the exhaust, so it's important to monitor that. And the other 2 wires goes for the power driver, which pretty much is like the DC motor that moves the valve and control precisely the position.